Hi everybody, Patty Dooley here, and welcome to my personal Tupperware cooking, everything Tupperware channel on YouTube. I am an independent Tupperware consultant, and I love to talk about Tupperware, and I love to demonstrate how the products actually work. Many people get the products, for gifts or buying them or whatever, and they really don't have an idea of what all can be done with them. So that's what I like to do. I like to cook and I like to show it. So we're going to get started today on a recipe. It's a spicy noodle soup. If you're a vegetarian, you're going to love this soup. If you're vegan, you can even make this, but use, your vegan noodles, stuff like that. And if you're a meat eater, we'll talk about how you can dress it up at the end of the recipe. But today it really doesn't call for much as far as ingredients goes. You can add to, take away whatever you want to this recipe. It's just that easy, that simple, and it's really fast. We're going to cook it in the stack cooker. If you haven't heard me talk about the stack cooker before, I have some other videos that you can go back and check out. I'll put some links to those for you to see. It's really, really versatile. You actually cook with this in the microwave. It's meant for cooking. From the raw state, you don't have to pre-cook stuff and then put it in here. I mean, there's some recipes that do, some that don't. But I'll get you some links for those. And as it has the lid. The lid is concave, so you can turn it over and stack cook with it. It comes with a funnel where you can do bundt cakes and meatloafs and everything in here as well. It comes with a strainer. You can brown hamburger meat in here, ground, all kinds of ground meats, whatever you want to in here, and put it in the 1 3/4 quart bottom and cook your meat that way. Or you can put these two together with the lid on and steam. So we have that. Then we have the 1 3/4 quart, good for side dishes, the meatloaf, if you're making a smaller meatloaf. When I make meatloaf around here, it has to be in the 3 quart because it's a lot of people to feed. But today we're just going to use the 3 quart bottom and the top for this recipe. And like I said, it goes really fast, really easy, and there's not a whole lot to it. So this particular recipe calls for 4 ounces of angel hair pasta. Because the angel hair pasta is so thin, it cooks faster. So we're going to have that. And then we're going to have, I've already diced these up, some zucchini. That's just 1 whole zucchini. And then we have some mushroom. I have to have garlic. I don't know about anybody else, but I have to add garlic to everything. So I've got 1 clove of garlic crushed, and that was a large clove of garlic. And then we have some bell pepper. You can use red, orange, green, whatever you prefer. It calls for a whole, but mine was kind of small, so we just got this much here. So the first thing we're going to do, and it calls for 4 cups of chicken broth. Now, if you haven't seen the mix and store picture, I believe I've got some videos on that too. I'll connect to that and you can learn more about the mix and store picture. But we're just going to pour the 4 cups of chicken broth right into the 3 quart bottom. And for me personally, I like to break the noodles in half. That's just a personal preference. You don't have to. You can leave them whole, put them down in there, but I personally like them cut in half. So that's what I'm going to do here. And we're just going to put roughly 4 ounces. It might be just a little bit more than 4 ounces. If you're wondering how do I measure 4 ounces of pasta, well, a box is usually a 16-ounce box. You can stand there with your box and just visually break it up into 4 sections, and then take that one section out and you've got it. Okay, so we've got the pasta in here in the chicken broth. Now, like I said, if you're vegan, you can use vegetable broth. Make your own broth, that you have saved, and use it. Right, I'm just using chicken broth. So it says to put it in the microwave with the lid on, and we're going to cook it for like 5 minutes on high power. Then I'm going to get done with the 5 minutes. I'm going to come back and show you about adding the rest of the stuff. So don't go away. I'll be right back after this pasta is cooked for like 5 minutes. Okay, I ended up cooking the pasta and broth for 6 minutes instead of 5. Just needed a little bit longer there. And we're going to take the top off. Now, if you cook in the microwave or anything like that, there's going to be steam. Always, always, always remember, 1, use pot holders or towel, and 2, open it away from your face. You see that steam coming off right there? That could burn you. So always do that. Always remember that. I'd hate for someone to get burned. Oh, the pasta is pretty much cooked in here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and add all the vegetables. So I'm putting in the bell pepper, some garlic, I'm putting in the mushrooms, and all the zucchini. Now, like I said, you could doctor this up, you know, a lot of different ways with vegetables. You could even do little tiny diced carrots so it doesn't take so long to do cooking into that. So we're going to stir this in. Whew. I wish they could put smell-o-vision. I mean, they do everything else. They go to planets and the moon. Why can't we do smell-o-vision yet? But this smells awesome. And then to that, we're going to add some black crushed pepper. Mine happens to be a mix of peppercorns, black, white peppercorns. Put that in there. And about 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, because you can go back after the recipe and add more salt to it. Now, what gives it its kick is the crushed red pepper. So this depends on how spicy you like it. If you want to bump it up to really spicy, add more than 1/2 teaspoon in here, but I'm going to start there because I like spice, but I don't like a lot of it. So we're going to put this in, stir this around, and we're going to put this in for about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on your microwave and on how long it takes to cook the vegetables. You really just want the vegetables to be tender. Now, a tip is if you're doing squash or zucchini or something like that, cut the slices thin so it takes less time to cook them. So we're going to put the lid back on, and we're going to put this in the microwave, and I'm going to check it between 3 to 5 minutes, somewhere in there, to check the doneness of the vegetables. So stay right there. I'll be right back. Just hang on. Okay, we're back. I let it cook for about roughly 5 minutes in the microwave. So once again, be sure and use some pot holders or towel or something and open that away from your face. There goes that steam again. Because you just really do not want to get burnt. And I'm just going to give this a stir. The vegetables are tender. They still have just a tad bit of firmness, but not enough to be hard or anything. They're cooked, I think, just perfect. And the soup smells amazing. Amazing. So I'm going to dish some up here, and hopefully you'll get to see it. Like I said, you can bump this up however you like. You know, it really depends on you. I'll put some vegetables in here, and I forgot to get a spoon for the broth, but hey, that's okay. Now the mushrooms, they help it, kind of like if you're vegetarian or something like that, or cutting back, you know, on meats. Mushrooms help kind of like meat does. It gives you that full feeling when you eat it, that meat texture. So if you're trying to cut back on meats and things like that, red meats and stuff, use mushrooms for that. So we have enough here for at least 4 people. A good sized bowl of soup. And I'm going to tell you that just prepping this and cooking it, the cook time was, now it's going to depend on your microwave, so you know, you might have a minute or two longer, shorter, whatever, but the whole cook time wasn't but like 11 minutes. You know, the whole thing was cooked. Prep time, it took me like maybe 3 minutes to stand here and cut up some bell pepper and zucchini and mushrooms and stuff like that. 3, maybe 5 minutes. So in 15 minutes, no more than 20 minutes, you've got a whole meal. Throw some nice crusty bread with this, and it would be perfect. Uh, if you're a meat person and you want to take this to another level, I would do chunk chicken myself, some leftover grilled chicken or something like that. Put it in when you put the vegetables in to reheat the chicken through. And I bet that would be awesome as well. This would make a great comfort food on those cold, rainy days, snowy days. Now I'm a soup person myself, so eating stuff like this all the time wouldn't bother me, even in the summer. So it would just be perfect for me. So if you like this recipe, I would love it if you'd like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be coming out with more recipes and things here. If you have questions, if you have a product and you're not really sure on what all you can do with it, or you want to see something cooked, can you do this in, like the stack cooker or the micro pro grill or the steamer or the, everything else that we have, just comment or get with me and I'll be happy to work up some recipes for you and give you the times and how it's done. Break it down into steps for you and just show you right here on YouTube. So, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. And be watching for more videos coming up. I've got a lot of plans to do through 2017, so I'd love for you to be a part of that. And anytime that you see any of my videos and you would like a Tupperware catalog or the new brochure that we have going at the time, just comment or get with me and I'll be glad to give it to you. Send you one in the mail. You can follow me on Pinterest. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. So I'll put the links below. So you guys have a great day. And thanks for stopping by. And just be watching for more videos. Bye-bye.